Listen up. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this podcast belong solely to the podcast participants, and not to any participant's employer, organization, committee, or other group or individual. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. You know, for fun. So lighten up and enjoy. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Episode 68.
68.
We're one episode away from episode 69.
Dude.
Where we celebrate by opening the podcast with a sex act. You're just staring at me.
I have no words.
As though that is the worst idea you've ever heard.
No words.
Okay, well, on that note, welcome to episode 68, everybody. Like usual, we've got some stuff we're going to tell you about in our very interesting lives. And our list that we're going to do is list 47 from the 52 lists for happiness.
So close to the
Almost
end.
done with this shit.
5 more.
What do you think of as a treat for yourself?
What don't I think of as a treat for myself?
Speaking of treats, get ready for the creepy, creepy truck. Oh, and our friend Legs will be joining us.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, so if you're
great.
a fan of Legs, stay on.
You didn't even tell me.
The Soft Serve Podcast. Creamy, delicious ideas without the creepy truck. Are there fans of Legs?
I hope so.
Does Legs have fans?
I'm a fan
Oh.
of Legs.
All right, I like Legs.
You're not a fan?
I don't know if I'm a fan of Legs.
Why wouldn't you be a fan?
We'll see how he does tonight. Maybe I'll be a fan. If he puts in a good performance. All right. Well, welcome to episode 68, everyone. We're going to jump right into this, right?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. So, as usual, we want to ask all of you, our wonderful, wonderful listeners, to please, if you're not already, do what, Stomping Jen?
Subscribe. Download the episodes. Share with a friend.
Yep, most
Tell them
important.
all about it.
Most important, tell a friend.
Tell
okay?
a friend.
That's what we want you to do because we want the podcast to continue to grow.
Grow it.
And we need it to grow into a thick, long presence before episode 69, in which we open the podcast.
Are we going to do...
With a live sexual act.
Besides this cockamamie idea that you have in your head,
Yes.
is there like an actual agenda or plan for this?
For episode 69?
Yeah.
No.
So
I don't ever have an agenda or a plan. Ever.
All right. You
Okay.
do have an agenda and a plan.
Oh, yeah, I do. Every week. But I don't come up with it until right before the show.
Lame.
Because I don't have a production assistant.
Oh.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mentioned before we're going to be calling Legs in a minute. Our friend Legs. I'll tell you why in a little bit, why he's coming on tonight. But first, I'll just mention to people that this evening, my show beverage is tea. Hot tea. Not Earl Grey, hot. Prince of Wales, hot.
I have nothing.
You have no show beverage.
I have no show beverage. It is a sad state of affairs.
Do you need something to wet your whistle?
No.
Okay. There is Bailey's That was the pod dog shaking its collar. There is Bailey's.
Nope.
Okay. All right. No Bailey's for Stomping Jen and hot tea for me. Prince of Wales, to be specific.
You're saying you're the Prince of Wales?
I am drinking Prince of Wales. Now, the recommended steeping time on this was 3 minutes, which I've exceeded.
Yeah.
Should I keep steeping?
I don't understand the whole steeping thing.
Well, you don't want to over steep. It gets too
Why?
bitter.
I don't know. I don't drink enough tea to understand these things.
I like tea. I enjoy tea. So I'm going to take out the tea bag and place it on the podcast table. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's what we're drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Or what I am drinking. You're drinking nothing. So should we roll into news and shout-outs and call legs?
Yeah, where does legs fit into this agenda?
He fits in. I'll tell you where. Okay?
Okay.
All right. We're going to call legs now.
Mm-hmm.
No, wait. We're going to go into news and shout-outs. Then we'll call legs.
Got it.
All right. That means you have to listen to the bumper.
Ugh, bumpers.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here we go. All right. You like that bumper. You usually have something to say about it.
It's reverberating in my ears.
All right. Are we ready to call legs?
Yeah. Let's do it.
See how this goes?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to try calling him now.
Mm-hmm,
Okay?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Here we go. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's ringing.
Hello.
Oh, there he is. It's Legs. Hi, Legs.
Hi.
Oh,
So
God.
how are you folks doing?
Good. How are you, Legs?
How are you?
Very good.
Now, do I hear water splashing?
No, I
Okay.
just got out of the tub though.
Okay.
Are you naked?
So, Stomping Jen,
Oh,
right?
I'm naked.
Oh,
I'm
no.
doing the podcast
Oh, no.
naked.
I'm hitting the disapproval sound. All right. Right before
Mm-hmm.
before we started recording, Legs threatened to do the show from his bathtub.
Yeah.
We may have to do an episode, though, where he does actually call in from his bathtub. That could be interesting.
How often do you take a bath?
So Frog is asleep. So I got out so I could get to the far end of the house, so she's not hearing my voice booming. So that's why I'm here.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Legs. We like you. We like having you on here. I'm not going to go as far to say you're a fan favorite. Maybe after this episode you will be. But we enjoy you. Stomping Jen and I.
Mm-hmm. How often do you take a bath?
How
Every evening.
do you
You don't shower?
Yeah, you bathe
No,
instead of showering?
I bathe. I like to soak. I like to get end of the day just kind of soak my Calgon, take me away.
Now you have one of these jacuzzi tubs, right, Legs?
Yeah.
All right.
That makes sense.
I don't actually start the bubbling thing up. I just like a nice hot soak.
Okay.
Just, yeah.
That's interesting.
I could see that.
All right. Do you have a hot tub at your home there, Legs?
No.
Okay.
No, it's just this kind of a large jacuzzi tub. Two
Okay.
people can fit in it.
Yeah, because we just have like a normal tub, and I would not want to be in it.
No, I wouldn't want to be soaking in it.
I don't even think my whole body fits in there.
We have to get you out like this.
It was more for the children when they were
Yeah.
little.
All right. Well, maybe you cross a certain age and you get reinterested in bathing.
I could see like soaking your tired muscles,
Yeah.
like for you.
Yeah. So, Legs, we brought you in at the beginning of our news section, okay? So
Okay.
you're going to hang on. You're going to hear it all. Feel free to comment whenever you want, okay? We may ask you some questions as we go along. Now, the first thing we want to talk about is my continued declining health. Now, Legs, it's no secret. You and I work together. And did you see that I had a cane this morning?
No, I did not.
Yes, I had my cane this morning. Mostly because I threw out my back yesterday. Now, Stomping Jen, do you have anything you want to say about this back injury I sustained?
Nope.
Nothing at all?
No.
You don't want to tell people?
Nope.
Well, I would like to ask, was there something special that was going on that happened when this back
Not
went
at
out?
all. Not at all. I was lifting a bag of pellets, and then I got a crick in my back.
Lower back, mid back?
Upper back, actually.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think anyone's buying that, Stomping Jen? All right, let's move on to how I sustained the back injury. She's going to kill me.
Please don't.
Oh, I
I'm
really...
gonna leave the room.
Are you going to leave the room? All right, I won't talk about it. Okay. Anyways, needless to say, legs, I sustained a back injury, an upper back injury yesterday. And I've just...
It was the trapeze, wasn't it?
That was the sound of approval. Yes, it was the trapeze. Now, I got to figure out how to get our callers to hear these sounds. It's got to be possible. I cannot figure this out for the life of me.
Ta-da!
Hold on, can you hear... Whoops. Okay, that cut you off entirely. Weird. Okay, well, anyways...
yeah, this is not the time to troubleshoot the board.
Yeah, not the time to troubleshoot. So I sustained the back injury yesterday, so I've been hobbling around with a cane. And...
It's pretty terrible.
It's pretty terrible. Stomping Jen will attest. I feel like I'm... How old are you, Legs?
I am 57.
All right,
Going to be 58 this year.
I'm going to be 46 this year. I feel like I'm 70 with this back of mine.
You're the youngest old person I know.
I know, seriously, right? You can attest to that. I limp around. I'm miserable. I'm grouchy.
That's got nothing to do with your back.
No, that's true. I'm just a miserable prick, right? Now,
that won't go out to lunch with me. Yes.
You won't go out to lunch with him?
Legs, you why don't you explain this, please? This is your story to tell.
So on multiple occasions, I forgot the name of our coworker for the podcast. Anyway,
what was her name?
A coworker,
Mm-hmm.
and I are constantly pining to come on. Oh, darn!
I can edit.
He can
that
edit
out.
it.
Don't worry.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Come on, Sawtooth. Let's go out to lunch. And one day we didn't offer. And we were talking and offering it up to other people, and he came out all upset. Because
of course he was, because he wants to be invited so he can say no.
I emerged from my very dark office.
He wants to be invited so he
can say no. Yeah.
Yes.
That's exactly his MO.
What's wrong with that?
I'm glad that you understand him, Lex. He just wants to be included.
I want to be included.
So he's the one in control of whether or not he gets
How dare you? Yep. I am a real joy to be around.
It's a true story.
Yeah. Now, so this back injury, which I hurt by lifting a bag of pellets, Stomping Jen.
What's that code for?
It's not code for anything.
which I sustained by lifting a bag of pellets, comes after a week-long respiratory illness. I think I talked about this last week, possibly even. Right?
You were coughing into the microphone.
Yep, I was coughing into the microphone. I was sick, and so I was taking cold medicine, which led me to stop drinking alcohol.
Is that why you stopped drinking?
Yes, because of the cold medicine, mostly.
Then the anger must have kicked in.
Well, this is what's interesting. Legs brings up a good point. So I began. So the first couple of days after not drinking, I kept getting these urges to want to drink. Right, and like thinking about drinking at night, like when we usually drink.
Are you physically shaking too at this point?
I did not get the shakes, but I began to wonder, maybe this isn't good.
Didn't we just have this conversation?
Oh, I had it today in therapy for an entire hour.
You did?
Oh my God, yeah. I went deep on this one.
And
I'm not going to go into all of it, but
now I need to know.
Basically, I think I concluded that I was potentially on the road to some kind of disorder.
Like alcoholism?
Dependency.
Mm-hmm.
Potential dependency. Yeah. So, and I was explaining to him.
Which,
Yeah, go ahead, Legs.
which leads me to my next question.
Yeah.
So, what is the drink of the evening?
Tea. No, nothing.
Tea. You joined late. Sorry. We were describing our beverages of the evening before.
I'm doing tea too.
Yeah, I'm
Earl
drinking
Grey.
tea. Yep. We specifically talked about how I'm not drinking Earl Grey. I'm drinking
Prince of Wales.
Prince of Wales. So I got into this very long conversation with him about how it's probably a good thing that I'm taking a break. And we were talking, I don't want to get too deeply in, I don't want to turn this into a therapy session, but we were talking about how, you can still get up and go to work and do all of the things and still have unhealthy habits.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And he's like, even if you're not, he's like, I don't think you are, a full-blown alcoholic by any stretch of the imagination. He said, but anybody can develop bad habits. And he said, it sounds like it's a really good thing that you're thinking about this and processing it and that you're able to step back and question it. He said, so I encourage you. Keep it up, Sawtooth.
To not drink?
Well, he said, that's a decision you have to make on your own. I told him, I actually feel much better, like, now going on a week, without engaging in a nightly beverage. So we'll see how long it lasts.
I predict not very long.
You think it won't last long? I am under a lot of stress. This is the other thing I was complaining about to him.
You need to de-stress.
Yeah, I'm under a lot of stress.
Is relying on drinking the way to de-stress?
Well, that's what he asked me.
Is it perceived stress or real stress?
No, I think it's real stress. Some of it is perceived. But then we were talking about how, drinking might exacerbate other problems in your life.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
You said exacerbate, right? I'm just checking.
And then we were reflecting. I was talking to him about. Go ahead.
Did he tell you to read this book? I actually had this conversation a while ago with my therapist.
Yeah. What book?
She told me to read this book, and I forgot to order it, but I have it.
Is it called Oh God, Please No, Don't Tell Me I'm an Alcoholic?
No. It's called.
What is it called?
It's called Naked Mind. This Naked Mind, Control Alcohol, Find Freedom, Rediscover Happiness, and Change Your Life.
Yeah, it's interesting. No, he did not recommend that book.
I think we should get it.
I'd be interested in reading it. So, he was really good. I lost my train of thought.
Should I order it while we're talking now?
Yeah, I'd be interested in reading that. And then I was we were just, damn it, I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't.
No, it's good. So say that again for people who might be listening.
This Naked Mind.
This Naked Mind.
I'm going to buy it.
Okay, yeah, buy it. I'd like to read it.
This one's a dual. It comes with a book called The Alcohol Experiment.
Okay, yeah, get it.
Should I get the duo?
Yeah.
30 days to take control, cut down or give up for good.
Yeah. And it's interesting. And so anyways, I
thought the entire podcast was an alcohol experiment.
Well, it has been up to this point. I was reflecting on this, like, seriously. I don't want to make this too serious, right? But I'm sharing a bit of myself here. I was actually sitting there thinking, like, have I ever done a podcast without a drink? I think maybe one before.
Yeah, when we were sick.
Yeah, when we were sick. So
I recall a couple of podcasts where you actively said you weren't doing.
That's possible.
Alcohol. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. So,
So we don't always drink.
no, and again,
Check. Ta-da!
Okay, hold on. And I want to stress, right? And this isn't being self-defensive. I would tell you if he told me otherwise. He said, "No, I do not believe you are an alcoholic." He said an alcoholic wouldn't sit there and question themselves like this. He said, it's possible you're developing unhealthy habits, and now is a good time to take a look at yourself.
Mm-hmm.
He said, and you should question yourself if you are having a drink every night. Like, why are you doing that?
Mm-hmm.
So, Sawtooth is going to be doing some reflecting.
Mm-hmm.
I need a drink after this conversation.
That'll make for a great podcast fodder.
What will?
Just reflection.
Yeah.
All right. Enough about your health woes.
Okay. Now,
are we done talking? Legs, do you have any health woes
I would
that you want to bring to this conversation?
I would continue talking about this.
I know you would.
I know people are not interested. I get it.
I'm asking Legs
Okay,
about
Legs.
his life.
What are your health woes, Legs?
Do you have health woes?
He does. You had something going on with your heart or something, right?
I still kind of do. Yeah, it's a weird one.
I didn't realize that was still happening. Tell us about it.
So, for I don't know, probably the last 8 years, it's been slowly getting worse. If I eat to excess,
which is every meal. Go on.
It's one continuous meal throughout the day. Yeah. And then I exert myself, chest pains and everything you would expect that a heart problem might be.
Oh.
And this has been going on it started probably in my late 40s.
Okay.
I'm in my late 50s now.
Chest pains.
Back then it was, so I'm a jogger. And I've got, back then I realized that it was always best if I jogged on an empty stomach.
Did you say you were a jogger?
Jogger.
A jogger. Yeah.
I didn't know this about you. Go on.
Yeah. And so basically, if I eat and then go out and jog, it doesn't end well.
No.
Just chest pains, the whole, and there's a certain amount of, let's just be graphic here, regurgitation, a little bit of burping.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so I've always thought, well, that's odd. But as the years have gone on, it's gotten worse. And it gets to the point now where I will actually get lightheaded and feel like I'm going to pass out.
That's scary.
And if I don't eat and I exert myself, I'm fine. So I've been stumping the doctors. They've put me through all kinds of cardiac tests, trying to think what the name of some of the things they put you on the treadmill.
Stress test.
Oh, stress test.
Stress test.
EKG.
Yeah, and as you recall, I was wearing a monitor for a month-long period so they could catch an event if it would happen.
Mm-hmm.
And they've told me it's not my heart. And so they did it. So they sent me to an entomologist, and
Did you just say an entomologist? Isn't that an insect doctor?
No.
I knew
wrong.
it.
Yeah.
I knew you were some kind of alien insect creature.
No, an internal person, whatever they call it.
Pulmonologist?
No, a pulmonologist is a lung doctor.
No, so this is they put an endoscope down into my stomach and looked around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably a gastroenterologist.
Yeah, that's it. Gastroenterologist. Yeah. So, anyways,
you I got back on your Latin.
I have. She says your stomach's a mess. You have, erosion and on your esophagus, and they showed me pictures which looked quite meaningless to me. That didn't look like anything horrible, but she said it was, and I have a chronic gastritis, is what they called it.
Okay.
Oh.
So now I'm on a some sort of blocking pill that will inhibit my production of
bile,
stomach acids.
Bile.
Okay. And when did you start taking that?
Is it Prilosec?
Last Sunday. I've been on it for a little less than a week. Well, a little more than a week.
Okay.
And it seems to be doing fine.
Do you feel better?
Oh yeah, no. So at our very large university, you folks are on the 7th floor, and I actually walked up 7 flights of stairs with hardly any issue at all. Just a little bit of heavy breathing by the time I got there.
Okay.
Which is what you would expect. Whereas before, I would go up 1 flight of stairs and be dizzy and having chest pains. So we'll see how it goes.
That's scary. Okay.
Yeah, it's weird. And
I mean,
the doctors have told me it's absolutely not your heart. And I really don't believe them. Because it's everything I would expect a heart attack to feel like.
Yeah, but you've been dealing with this for years, right? You said for 10 years and more. If it was something serious, you'd be dead by now.
Well,
Look at it that way.
What's scaring me is getting worse. It's getting they're more frequent and they're a little more pronounced. So and this last year and a half, this whole getting lightheaded.
Yeah,
that's never been an issue before.
All right. Well, let's hope. Let's hope this medicine helps you out. Now, I think it's good we're all considering getting healthier. Okay. We're all thinking about our health, right, Stomping Jen?
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of the things Stomping Jen and I have been talking about recently is exercise. How to exercise more, what different types of exercise to do. And Stomping Jen was interested potentially in doing some spinning. Because, Stomping Jen, why don't you tell us why you were interested in spinning?
Oh, I went to a friend's house on Friday night, and she was looking quite svelte.
Right, and you said, friend.
What have you been doing?
What have you been?
Were so svelte.
Can I play the friend?
Yeah.
Well, Stomping Jen.
Oh my God.
I've been spinning.
She said she's been spinning her
Stomping
ass off.
Jen's friend is Mr. Hanky.
Yeah, apparently.
I've been spinning my ass off,
Yeah.
Stomping Jen.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how it went.
Basically.
Right now, you had a conversation about spinning, didn't you?
Yeah. So I've entertained spinning over the years because the studio that I enjoy going to, Simply Fit, that we've talked about before.
Simply Fit in Belchertown, Massachusetts.
Yeah. Is an aerobic side, and then there's a spin side to the studio.
Right.
And the owner had convinced me once to take at least one spin class, and it was not very pleasant.
Why wasn't it pleasant?
Because it hurts your hoochie, your
let's use medical,
your lady parts.
Let's use medical terms. Vagina.
It hurts down there.
And vulva, right?
And so everybody that I talked to said, you need to spin 3 times and develop a callus of sorts.
A vaginal callus.
Right.
So I've heard stories that women are actually getting orgasms while they're spinning.
We talked about this.
We did talk about
but what we didn't talk about was vaginal calluses.
Yeah. Which, so my argument over the years has always been I don't want to do an exercise that I need to condition my body to it shouldn't hurt. I don't know. But I don't know. I'm at the point where I'm considering potentially, because everybody keeps telling me about how many calories you burn in a short period of time.
Now, I was doing
and that it's very effective.
Now, so legs.
I interrupt.
Yeah.
But I don't want to lose sexual feeling down there either.
Let Legs interrupt. What do you want to say, Legs?
Has anybody ever seen that ad for the callus remover for the foot?
Oh, no.
the grindy, scrapey.
Oh.
I went there. I'm sorry.
Now,
I don't know. It's horrifying.
All right. I've been doing some research on this, Stomping Jen, since we had this conversation.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to read to you what I found.
I bet you have.
Yep. I found some articles, okay?
Okay.
This one is called Cycling is Ruining Your Vagina and Hurting Your Sex Life.
Mm-hmm. See, okay? I don't want to hurt my sex life.
Now, this is a doctor, okay? This doctor, I'm going to quote this doctor. Dr. Pradnya Pisal said, for women cyclists, the most common problems are chafing, saddle sores, skin sensitivity, numbness, labial enlargement, vaginal irritation, and infection, thrush and vaginal vaginosis.
Yeah, that's gross.
Skin infections and urinary tract infections.
Yeah, I don't want any of that.
Now, in a 2006 study by scientists at Yale, Yale is a prestigious institution, found that cycling can cause significant reduction in genital sensation.
It's a catastrophe, nothing less.
And it said, yes, that's right. Your ability to orgasm could suffer.
So why are people doing it? Because it's effective at losing weight. They're sacrificing their sex life.
Yep. Now I found this other bit of information I want to share with you from. It's called the Run Ladylike blog. That sounds like Scooby Doo. Run Ladylike blog. Okay. Should I read this as Scooby Doo?
No.
The ugly truth about cycling saddle sores. Okay,
You sound a little bit like Yoda, by the way.
The ugly truth about cycling and saddle sores. Okay, bicycling.com.
Bicycling?
Yep, says that your saddle shorts and dried salt crystals from sweat can work together like a belt sander on your vagina on your vagina while you pedal.
It's just nasty.
Which can lead to saddle sores, right? And
vaginal exfoliation.
Yep, which this doctor describes as a boil as a skin infection that starts in a hair follicle or oil gland.
This just sounds terrible.
Right, so that's all your
so you just talk me way the fuck out of spinning.
That's all your ample bush. The skin turns red in the area of the infection and a tender lump develops.
Yeah, I don't need any tender lumps.
Oftentimes, the lump starts turning white as pus collects under the skin and oozes out.
That's just a pimple. You know that, right?
Ugh. Lump sounds a lot larger than pimple.
It's just nasty.
So
can we find now your cousin spins.
I'm not asking my cousin about this.
No, we should call her.
No. Maybe we'll follow up on this.
And we need some more data.
Are we going to start a soft serve podcast investigative report?
Yes, please.
Okay, legs.
I know I have a whole studio at my disposal.
As a roving reporter.
Yeah, we're going to dispatch Legs as our field reporter.
What about men that
I guarantee you Legs is arrested at the first spin class.
There are lots of men that are spinning too.
So,
yeah. Go ahead,
Can
Legs.
I tell you of my spinning fantasy?
A fantasy?
I'm gonna mute him as soon as he starts talking. Go ahead, Legs.
So, at the really big university that we go to work, there's a spinning class.
We're gonna get fired. Go ahead.
There's a spinning class behind a glass wall.
Hey, everybody. This is Sawtooth, cutting in on my own podcast. Just so y'all know, I had to cut out this little bit here to protect Legs from himself. So we're going to pick up after he tells this incredibly inappropriate story.
So have you participated in the spinning?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand bikes. It makes my rear end too sore.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a jogger.
Yeah.
Now,
I've never quite understood bikes because I never get winded. I never feel like I've exercised. I can go 10 miles on a bike and you just kind of go.
I like bicycling, like on the bike path.
Now, when is the last time, Legs, you've actually went jogging?
I was just jogging yesterday.
Really?
I went up Sugarloaf Mountain and down.
Oh.
In South Deerfield.
That you jogged up the mountain?
Yeah, well, walk briskly up the mountain and then jog down it.
All right. You must have strong knees because I can barely walk down a hill. That's very difficult for me.
I've never had any kind of knee issues. Or everybody says, "Oh, jogging, you're going to kill your knees," and I've just never had any issues. No
All
pains, no. Yeah, and I've been doing it since I was 16. Because I was on cross country team.
Oh,
All right. Well,
just like Ted.
we're gonna follow up on this whole spinning and vaginal callus issue on a future episode.
Yeah, we need more information.
Legs
There are much more fun ways to get a vaginal callus than spinning. That's all I'm going to say.
Legs is going to be our field reporter. He's not going to do this at our place,
University.
at our large university. He's going to go somewhere else.
I don't need to. I don't need to be at another hearing. Thank you.
Okay. And, Jesus Christ. And he's going to not do that other thing he said he was going to do on his last day, right, Legs?
Oh, of course not.
That was for entertainment purposes only.
Of course, that's correct. Yes.
You're playing a character on this podcast. Legs.
And I play a character in real life too, don't I now?
All right, we're all playing characters here. All of us are playing characters. Now, go back and listen to the disclaimer at the beginning if you're
confused.
If you're confused about that. Entertainment purposes only. So lighten up.
Okay.
And enjoy.
Okay.
Okay. Now, all right. Now we're going to go on to our next topic, Legs. And this is a restaurant we visited over the weekend. Stomping Jen.
In Amherst.
Why don't you talk about that experience before you fall asleep?
We went to a restaurant called Shanghai Gourmet.
It's a new Chinese restaurant. Now, I kept calling it Wuhan Surprise.
That was with the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wuhan Surprise. Wuhan Legs is the epicenter.
Thanks for the invite.
Yep. Well, we went with
We
another.
did go with another family.
Yeah, we went with another family.
And they had hot pot, and it was a little awkward because the table we were sitting at, it was hard to reach the hot pot, and everybody was sort of reaching over each other. It was a little awkward.
Yeah, it's better than reaching around each other.
What?
It's better than reaching around each other.
No, not you. I heard you.
Okay.
What was that, Legs?
Where is this restaurant?
It's next to Miss Saigon, downtown Amherst, on Pleasant Street, by the CBS there.
Yeah, it was quite good.
Yeah, it was really good. And then we were leaving, and they have like authentic like Szechuan dishes.
Yeah.
And like there was like amazing things on people's tables, and we were all like, "What is that? What is that? What is that?"
Yeah. Now we went with a family we had never gone out to dinner with before. We had a lovely time, but I think we were all still feeling each other out a little bit, and nobody wanted.
More importantly, how did they feel about the time they had?
We had a good time, and we walked around Amherst afterwards.
And the male partner of the couple we went out with and their kids is Chris. He's going to be the co-host of my Land of the Lost podcast.
Yeah.
So you'll hear more from Chris in the future.
It was a fun time. It was a good restaurant.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
We would go back, and it was super hella cheap for a hot pot.
Yeah, so Legs, get this. How many of us? There were 8 of us, and it cost us $80.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was good.
And we got like food. We got
I'll go
appetizers.
there. All right, I'll go there for lunch with you, Legs.
Yeah.
How's that?
Okay.
We'll do that. We'll what the fuck was her podcast?
That's what he says now. I get it. Yeah.
What was her
setup?
What was our coworker's podcast name?
I have no recollection.
I totally forgot.
I can't remember.
I'm gonna look up like previous episodes.
Text her. She's probably still up.
Oh, you'll never find it, Stomping Jen.
It was a while ago.
It is a long time ago. All right. I can't remember what her name was. Damn. So anyways, we'll go. But
that's when they were over our house, right?
Yeah, but I'm going to eat some weird shit. Like,
they had a bucket of pig's feet. I really wanted to get it.
Yeah, we're going to eat pigs.
I got shot down.
We're going to eat pig's feet, Legs. Can you eat that kind of shit?
Pig's feet?
Yeah.
He sounds dubious.
Like on the bone?
Yeah, on the bone.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll be watching you do that.
All right.
Yeah, my father used to do that. That was enough for me.
All right, I retract my invitation. He's no fun.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yep. No fun.
See,
All right.
how did I know this was going to happen?
What are you doing, Stomping
I'm
Jen?
trying to look at the show notes, but I can't.
We'll
find
never
it.
find it. Just forget it.
I found something. Just give me a minute.
I wouldn't have put her name in the show notes.
Why wouldn't you have?
Because I don't do that.
Whatever.
Legs.
So I've asked her the question, and
Oh.
she seems like she's typing something here.
Okay.
We'll see if there's an answer pops in.
Ask her if she'll go out to lunch and eat pig's feet with me. See what she says. Well, Legs is texting her. I can't remember her name. It was funny. I came up with it. It had to be funny. Now, what are you doing over there?
Oh, now she says she doesn't remember her name.
Nobody remembers.
All right, no one remembers.
That's
This is
all
the
right.
problem. We have to go back and listen to the episode.
That's a bunch of bullshit. Anyways, we don't need to continue.
All right, no more to say about Wuhan
Shanghai
Surprise.
Gourmet. It was good.
All right, so everybody check out Wuhan Surprise in Amherst, Massachusetts.
Shanghai Gourmet.
Okay. Shanghai Gourmet.
Mm-hmm. They had
All
red
right.
bean. They were like little pastries with red bean cakes. They were
Red bean
delicious.
cakes. Okay.
Yum, yum, yum.
All right.
I really want to ask him about something about what we're watching.
Who?
Legs.
Picard?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll wait to that part. We're almost there.
Okay.
All right, Legs. This is why we brought you on. So you could give a plug. Now, on social media, you've been posting pictures of yourself working in a maple sugar house.
You've been working in a maple sugar
Yeah,
house?
tell Stomping Jen about this, please.
So I've got a brother-in-law that ended up with rotator cuff surgery, and they had to do it right before the maple sugar season started. So he asked me, could I come and be the fire stoker
A
for
fire
his
stoker.
for his oven, for his whatever you call it, the
For the boil,
mechanism
the
that
boiling
burns off
operation.
Thank you. And so I said, sure. So I've been spending many evenings over there just basically throwing
Stoking the
wood in the
fire.
copper. Yep. And it's sending pictures out to of oh gosh, I forgot your podcast name now. Sawtooth, thank you.
So
And-
is this close by to where you live? It must be.
So it's one town over. I'm in Deerfield. This is in Whately, and Whately is where I grew up. And so
You grew up in Whately?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And,
he's a valley boy.
I had no idea.
I've
I don't know
moved-
where
I've
I
moved-
thought you came from, but I don't in my mind it wasn't Whately.
Mars.
I know. I never even thought. I don't know why we've never even had this discussion.
No, I moved a grand total of about 3 miles in my whole
Wow,
life.
that's crazy.
Yeah. And so he called up and we were talking. I said I'd be happy to help you out, Keith. So
Yeah.
I've been going out and he's running around with one arm and I'm being his other
Errand
arms.
boy, his errand boy,
Okay.
His boil bitch.
his boil bitch.
So
Because
Now, do we want to give?
our
you ha-
coworker
Yeah.
our coworker just responded.
Yeah.
I will go out to lunch with. Oh, I did it again.
It's all right.
Sawtooth,
I will go out to lunch with
and I will
Sawtooth.
watch him eat the pickled pigs or the.
They have other
the
dishes.
big
They have
food.
like normal Chinese, like Americanized Chinese.
Yeah,
food.
you guys can get regular food.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to eat the weirdo stuff.
All right,
like
but
pig intestines.
We will go there together. It'll be a field trip. It'll be fun.
What was I going to ask you? But you
I
do
will be
know,
with you.
you do know
You're
Legs.
talking about Legs being a boil bitch.
So it takes, I know from my visits and chaperoning field trips that it takes 50 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of maple syrup.
So what we've been doing, this evening, we did. It was 30. It ended up being 46 gallons, and
Of
it
syrup?
was almost 4,000 gallons
of sap.
Yes. To get the
Yep. maple syrup.
Now, how much money will that get him?
It's like $19 a pound, isn't it? Or
so the gallon for a gallon right now it's $52 a gallon.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
People complain about the price of gas.
No.
Jesus.
Maple is expensive.
I don't know. I don't have my calculator in front of me. I think it was something like 20. I don't know. I wish I had.
So are you gonna give us a hookup?
He's getting us some.
Oh,
he's getting us some, and he's giving us a discount in exchange for plugging the name of the sugar house, right?
Got it.
Now, will your brother-in-law be opposed to us plugging this on our podcast?
No, absolutely not.
All right, because we do have a good following here in the Valley, so we want to promote it. Does he have the type of sugar house where you can go and eat breakfast and shit?
Oh no, this is just
okay. This is just making.
It's just a functioning sugar house. There's no niceties about it.
All right, everybody. So this is so Legs was working in the Brookledge Sugar House. Now, what town is that in again?
It's in Whately, Mass.
In Whately, Mass. Now, my endorsement does come with a bit of a cautionary note. Legs was involved in the production of this shit.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I was clothed at that time.
No, but you're naked now.
He wasn't naked?
Well, that's good. He only shows up to podcasts naked.
Naked podcasting.
All right. So, Brookledge Sugar House.
Brookledge
Sugar House in Whately, Massachusetts. So if you're passing through there,
do they do pancakes or?
I just literally asked that.
Oh, sorry.
Because you were on your phone.
Sorry, I got distracted. But something I will talk about.
You miserable wretch.
I'm sorry.
All right, so
no pancakes.
No pancakes, right, Legs?
No pancakes.
Now, Legs is getting us a quart of maple syrup. I
demand a gallon.
No, we'll receive it tomorrow. I think
that's fine.
So
any maple syrup is better than no maple syrup.
Brookledge Sugar House, okay? Check it out. Massachusetts Pioneer Valley people. Okay?
Ta-da!
Okay, let me give the ta-da.
He is online.
Sorry, we cut you off. What did you say?
He is online.
Okay. Yeah. And there'll be a link to his the website in our show notes. They're already in there.
Great.
Okay?
Awesome.
All right. Anything else you want to say about your maple sugaring experience, Legs? Anything we need to know?
So it starts about 5:00, and tonight it went to about 8:30.
Okay.
And every 5 minutes, I'm opening the door and shoving in about 10 pieces of wood and shutting it back up. I probably do in one evening the same amount of wood that it takes to heat my house for a month.
Oh wow!
Huh. That's crazy.
A lot of wood.
So it shows you what, but it's slab wood and it's probably pine, so he gets it real cheap and yada yada.
Yeah, pine doesn't burn clean.
Well, when you're hitting it with an air pump and oxygenating it, and the thing is, I swing the door open, and I can't stand in front of it for more than 10 seconds, or I feel like I'm going to burst into flames. Get the wood in and slam it shut. I did ask him this evening, do you ever have a creosote problem? He says, oh no, there's no buildup.
It's so hot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it burns at such a high temperature. Yeah. And it just seems like so much work goes into making this stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's like gold.
So after it boils off, it goes into this big, huge vat. That's kind of the runoff vat. And once we're done boiling, you've got the 46 gallons sitting there. It has to then go through a 6-layer of paper filter system.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Very much like a swimming pool filter system.
Yeah, a lot of particulate matter in there, right?
Yes. Yeah. And he pushes it through that, then dumps it into a large, I don't know, probably like a 50-gallon drum. Yeah, well, it can't be that much because he fills 2 of them up to get, so it must be like a 25-gallon drums. And then he'll reheat it as needed to bottle it to, as he sells it.
Yeah.
But it is quite a long process. They were, his daughter showed up near the end of the evening, so I was able to bug out a little early, so I didn't see the complete filtering, although I did the other evening. It's quite a process.
Wow.
A lot
That's
of work.
But let me tell you, when it's hot and coming out of the, dripping out, oh my God.
It's delicious.
It is delicious. Yeah.
Oh, sounds good.
I think you want to volunteer at the Sugar Shack.
No. No.
No.
I want to be invited to and then say
You just
no.
want to open up your mouth underneath one of those drums and let it drip right into your...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. I think that's enough on the sugar house and legs. Now, real quick, do we want to say anything about we're running late. Do we want to say anything about the Super Bowl that we watched?
I really enjoyed the halftime show.
That was Jennifer Lopez.
Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. What did you enjoy about it, Stompy Jen? I haven't seen that much Latino music on a world stage like that.
I thought it was awesome, and apparently it enraged white people across the country.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, apparently,
For real?
yeah.
How? They're such assholes.
Well, I enjoyed the small Latino children in the cages.
Yes, there was some political messaging, and that was J-Lo's daughter also.
Were they actually in cages?
You didn't notice?
I didn't notice. I'm asking. I'm not trying to be
They
funny.
were in pseudo cages.
Okay,
it
so
was, it was metaphor.
So they were making
cages.
a political statement.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really cool.
There was that one crotch shot of J-Lo. I could see how that could anger the white people.
It did not anger this white person at all in any way. In fact, more cowbell, please. More. More. I thought it was a fantastic show.
Legs. Did you watch it?
I'm not a fan of big butts, so I don't know. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
All right. Moving on from the Super Bowl then. We like the halftime show.
Right.
The game.
I still don't understand how in the last quarter that one touchdown happened while I don't know what we were doing, that we missed the entire touchdown.
Remember, I hurt my back.
No, that's
okay. No, that
I'm so happy for the state of Kansas. They must be so proud of their
our idiot president. Did you see that, Stomping
well,
Jen?
in his defense,
Yeah,
although
there is a Kansas City, Kansas.
No, that wasn't what I was going to say.
Well, there actually is, but go ahead.
I had no idea where Kansas City was. I had no idea it was in Missouri.
Missouri.
But I will say
It's in the Ozarks.
that is not my job to know where things are in the Americas. And it kind of is.
So Kansas City is interesting because there are two Kansas cities side by side, split by the
state line,
Mississippi.
Yeah,
and they're in different states, and they are different. They're completely different cities with the same name.
Yep,
but different states.
Yep, but
I only know this because one of my customers for the planetarium business that I do is in Kansas, so I drive through that.
Yeah,
once a year.
I actually want to talk to you about that at some point. Like, just have you on and talk to you about your fucking planetarium shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would be I'm really interested in that, actually. So, but we won't do that tonight. So,
Yep.
All right. But the game. So back to the Super Bowl. The game was just kind of like whatever, right?
No, the game was exciting, but it's just not any of our teams. But I thought it was a well-played game.
All right.
Kudos to the Chiefs for their
all right. Before we move on to
Super Bowl success.
Before we move on to our list, Stomping Jen, you were busy over there with something. Is there something you want to interject?
It has to do with the thing all the way at the bottom.
Okay. We'll wait to the bottom. And legs, if you want to go at any point, you can after we do the lists, okay? You feel free.
Yeah, that's
You just
fine.
let us know.
I want to talk to you about Picard.
But you're welcome to hang out, too. We are going to talk about Picard in a minute.
I want to hear your thoughts about Picard.
Well, I would like to be part of that discussion.
Okay.
But that's
all right.
after this whole
We'll get there fast.
shenanigan.
All right. Hang tight. I'm going to play the list bumper. Legs. Just hold on, okay? Hold on. Here it goes. All right, that's enough of that, right, Stomping Jen? It's enough of that list bumper. All right, so the list we're going to do this week is list number 47 from the 52 Lists for Happiness. What do you think of as a treat for yourself? Okay, a treat. Do you know what a treat is, Stomping Jen?
Yep.
Okay. Do you want to go first? You said you didn't need to write anything down.
No, because everything to me is a treat.
Is that literally your answer?
Yeah.
That is such BS.
What was it?
She said everything is a treat. She gets
Everything is a
She gets
treat.
the sound of disapproval, Legs. Did you just hear a dolphin?
Yeah.
What was that noise?
I think that was something on Leg's side.
That was my communicator.
Oh, I thought it was a dolphin. Okay. Legs, I'm going to ask you, what do you consider as a treat?
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Chocolate and plenty of it.
Okay.
It's something that's grown as I've gotten older.
Chocolate is delicious.
Okay.
That is a treat.
Anything else, or is it just chocolate?
Oh, the window's open. I'm like, why is that noise?
I'll go shut it.
I have to disappoint you and say, as Stomping Jen said, everything is a treat. It
Right?
really is.
You keep talking.
Everything is a treat. Now there's buzzing because you got up and you put your headphones on. And he's coughing as he crosses the room. I mean, like, just breathing is a treat. Don't you agree, Legs?
I mean, obviously, being alive is a treat. I agree with you. But
I know what she's trying to ask us.
yeah.
You know,
All right.
having a good cup of coffee in the afternoon, that's a treat.
Yeah.
Watching a movie, that's a treat.
Chocolate during sex is a treat.
Ugh.
Oh boy, why did we call him?
Getting a bag of pellets and
I am literally considering cutting out that whole segment about the about the spinning.
You're just trying to save a friend. I understand.
Yeah, we may have to do something creative here, Stomping Jen, at the end. All right, I'm going to read you my list.
yeah, which is 5 pages long.
No, it's going to be quick. So these are all things I think of as treats.
Okay.
Okay? Going to Subway.
Ugh. Ugh. You just literally made me puke in my mouth.
Movie theater popcorn. Watching a movie alone. Go ahead, Legs.
I like the popcorn.
Yep.
Popcorn's good.
Watching a movie alone.
I won't go to the movies with you anymore.
Writing a poem.
Are we talking pornography at this point? Or
No, he literally likes to go to the movies by himself.
I do. It's a treat. I just like it. I don't know why. I
You
always
can
say,
go by
well,
yourself. Have fun.
do you really want to know why I like that?
It's an escape for you.
Right. When I was a child.
Yes, we've heard this story.
Okay, you've
before,
heard this.
and we've heard it on the podcast.
You've just earned the sad music because
No,
I am now going to
please
tell people
do
why
not
I go.
put the sad music.
Okay, so listen up, everybody. I'm playing the sad music, Legs. Now, when I was a kid, okay, I didn't have the best.
I can even hear the sad music, even though I don't.
I didn't have the best upbringing.
Ridiculous.
I didn't grow up in a home full of love and acceptance. I had nowhere to go.
I hate this music.
But I
I have a question.
But I needed to go somewhere. Just a minute, Legs. So what I would do on the weekends, when I didn't want to be in my house, I would walk alone to the movie theater. And inside, I found escape.
Okay.
I found fantastical worlds I could visit.
All right, Legs had a question.
I found families full of love. I found peace, Stomping Jen.
Okay.
That is why, to this day, I like going to movies alone. All right, Legs, go ahead.
So a few podcast episodes ago, you went into this rant about your upbringing, and you talked about a holiday dinner where you had hot sauce squirted in your face,
Yes.
in
That
your
was
eyes.
false.
Don't listen to her. She doesn't know. It was true.
So here's my question.
Yeah.
Did they only do this torturous stuff to you, or were your brother or sister involved? Did they ever get it?
Nope.
Or was it just...
It was always me. My
Ooh,
brother.
that is.
Yep, my brother was smart. He could see these situations coming a mile away, and he would somehow disappear.
Yeah.
And my sister is a few years my junior, so and she was a cute kid. And they didn't torture
She was
her.
the baby.
Yep,
Yeah.
they didn't torture her like they did me.
So you were the middle child?
Yep. So I'm the sucker that gets hot sauce dumped in their eyes.
That never happened.
It did happen. I wouldn't make something like that up and put it out there to the world. It absolutely happened. Because I didn't try the hot... You get the sad music again.
Oh, God.
All right, no. I'm not going to play it, but what episode was that?
There was some other story you told that was a flagrant lie.
I don't know. Everything I tell here is the truth.
All right, let's move on.
Okay?
All right, what else you got on your
dare
list?
you. All right. Writing...
Naked snow angels. Naked snow angels.
That's a treat.
For legs it is.
Not for me.
I've seen his product too. All right. Having a fire.
Mm-hmm.
Laying in bed for 10 minutes after work. Like, I like to come home sometimes to just lay down for like 10 minutes. That feels like a treat when I get to do that. Sleeping in while someone else feeds the dog in the morning.
Yeah.
That's a treat.
There were some pointed eyes over here.
Sleeping most of the night through is a treat.
Mm-hmm.
Getting to see my family, because we live all over the fucking country. So it's nice to see them.
See, my family lives all over the country, but it's a treat not to see them.
Now, you have some weird dynamics, right?
Yeah.
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 No, I get along.
Yeah.
I get along really good with my brother and sister, and I like seeing them.
And your cousin.
Yeah, my cousin, who's like a sister. Getting a tattoo is a treat. Helping somebody is a treat, like the old lady I rescued in the movie theater. Ice cream, pumpkin spice lattes, fried clams, fries and ketchup, good scotch,
Pig's feet,
good beer, playing video games with my friends, and finally, last but not least, spending time alone with Stomping Jen and hurting my back.
How nice.
There's a story that you're not telling me here. I know
You sure you don't want to tell this story,
Really
Stomping Jen?
not.
All right, fine.
A bit much.
All right, that's it. That's the end of the dumb list. Hold on. I'm going to play this stupid... Which bumper is it?
What did he say?
Do you remember which bumper it is? It's this one. Okay? Stupid list. All right, we have enough of that?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, Legs. Now we're going to get into what we're listening to, okay? How we're entertaining ourselves. I'm going to play
Another bumper.
I got to work on these transitions.
Here's a bumper. It's a bumper.
It's playing,
It's playing.
okay?
Lots of...
It's the sounds of entertainment, Stomping Jen. Sounds of entertainment. Okay?
I fight against
All right. How are we entertaining ourselves, Stomping Jen? Why are you sighing like you're mad at me?
I'm not.
All right.
What did we do this weekend? I have no fucking
No, it's
clue.
not what we did this weekend. It's how are we entertaining ourselves? What are we watching? What are we listening to? What are we reading?
Can we briefly talk about 1917?
Sure.
Yeah,
There's
go ahead.
one scene that just really bothered me.
Yep, go ahead.
Near the end, so this is going to be a bit of a
Spoiler.
spoiler, but not really.
Okay.
Near the end of the show, when he finally finds the brother,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
he has to go through the foxhole kind of thing that was the maze that was pretty much the entire movie.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And there's bombs going off, and he finally gets to the general or the whatever and says, "You got to call this battle off." And
Yep.
as soon as they put the call out throughout all of a sudden the incoming bombings just stops.
Yeah.
There's no reason for that to happen.
Yeah, like the German.
They would not know that.
Yeah.
And then he walks to the end of the foxhole, up and out, to a big open field, which would be right in the line of fire as far as I could see. And it's the medical ward, like a MASH hospital of sorts. It made no sense at all. It just really was like, this is ridiculous. Anyways.
Now, is it possible that the Germans wouldn't return fire if they stopped charging?
Maybe there's more gentleman kind of dynamics going on in war back then. I'm not.
Yeah,
but,
I mean,
but
how
could you have a functioning hospital the entire time? And it did not seem like it looped around behind.
I think it was behind
the lines. It just
because if you remember at the beginning when they had to go through the line, they had to go through their line and their defenses, and then get through the offensive front line on the other side. There was like barbed wire and like pits. It was not like
I want to see the making of part of the movie. Like if they come out with a making of.
Yeah, they will.
I would love to know how much was CGI and how much was real. Because it was shot as like a continuous scene.
Right.
And I would love to just see what kind of blue screen magic was going on there, because I don't know where they could have filmed this, because it was the whole place looked like it was complete devastation for miles on.
Yeah.
They really did a nice job with some of the far off views and whatnot. But that one scene at the end just really bugged the hell out of me for some reason.
Yeah. That didn't stand out to me, honestly, because that whole scene where he's running at the end, the whole thing kind of seemed ridiculous to me in a way.
Yeah. Well, and then he's going through that little MASH hospital thing, and he runs right into the guy that he's looking for.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's a movie. They got to wrap it all up somehow and make things work and things connect. So, all right. 1917. That was 1917.
I'm trying to find the answer to where it was filmed.
Okay.
Northern France.
Northern France. So as Stomping Jen mentioned, Legs, we're watching Picard. Are you watching this at all? Have you seen it?
So I've seen the first episode.
Okay. Do you have CBS All Access?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'm a cheap bastard.
How are you seeing it?
They had the first episode on YouTube.
Oh,
so they have the first episode on YouTube, so I watched it.
Okay. What were your thoughts? And now let's before you do that, let's remind people Legs is a bit of a Star Trek expert.
Mm-hmm.
He's involved in a what's that thing called?
Recreation.
The Star Trek, the original set tours up in Ticonderoga, New York.
Yep, the Star Trek original set tours. He makes Star Trek stuff.
Yeah, some of that stuff you're making is freaking ridiculous.
Amazing, right?
Yeah.
All right, so now your thoughts about Picard. So you have some credibility. That's all I'm trying to say. These opinions aren't coming from some slouch. Legs knows Star Trek. Now go ahead, Legs, please. Your thoughts on Picard.
I fear I'm going to disappoint you. I've never been a huge fan of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Okay.
I've watched enough of it to know what it's about, and I'm just not a big fan. And I was thoroughly amazed at how old Patrick Stewart looked in the show.
Yeah.
How old is he in real life?
They didn't.
So he's 79.
Yeah, they did
He's
not.
Old.
They did not do any de-aging on him.
So my question is, was it for effect? Because he was, the whole thrust of the show was the last 20 years he's just been sitting on his rear end, disgusted with Starfleet and taking himself out, and life has not been kind to him. And I'm curious to see if in the ensuing episodes whether he pops out of his depressed funk that he was apparently in this episode.
How many episodes? You only saw one?
There's going to be 10. He only saw one.
Oh. Yeah, it happens in episode 2.
Yeah. He pops right out of that funk.
He pops right out of the funk.
He gets energized. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
But he's still, there's no two ways about it. He's still old.
He's old.
So have they, so the other thing that I found very interesting in the show was, I think number one showed much much too much balls.
Oh my God.
Oh, the dog?
Yes.
So, Patrick Stewart's dog is a pit bull that he
Yeah.
calls Number One,
Number one.
which is what the Starfleet office captains call their first
Number
officers.
one.
Yeah, Number One.
Number one.
And that dog had enormous balls.
It's true.
And they seem to just perpetuate angles of that showing that end of the dog. It's just like,
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yep.
It's like legs getting out of the bathtub.
So
He likes.
getting back. I did like the episode. I don't know where they're going with it.
It's a good question.
There's a lot of weird, like the at the end when they're showing the Romulan base that's basically been
In a Borg
put into
cube.
a burned out Borg capsule.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know where they're going with it.
I don't want to go into spoilers. I mean, it's fairly interesting where I think they're going with it. You know, there's a whole storyline involving Data, that robot from
That's right.
the series, the robot.
The robot.
And his quest to create offspring.
So I've been told one of the points that I'm trying to think who's the actor that plays Data.
Brent
Brent
Spiner.
Brent Spiner.
Yeah, he said he would not be involved if they were to try, if the storyline was going to reactivate Data.
Yeah,
Oh no, he's not reacting.
Yeah, they're not going. I
They're
don't
not
think
going
they're not
to.
going to go there.
But
I'm
he is
pretty
in
sure.
it.
Yeah, he's in it.
He was in the first episode.
He shows up like in dreams and like
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
flashbacks and stuff.
Well, so you're not watching Discovery either. They take it.
No.
I think
I've-
that they've set this up so that it's going to intertwine. The storyline from Discovery is a lot about AI, and this is a lot about AI.
So that's a big point of contention because there's two sets of fans saying no. This is Discovery is an alternate kind of reality to the original Star Trek.
It's like a prequel.
and-
No, it's in the Abrams verse.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's a group saying, well, we think Picard's in the Abrams verse, and others are saying, oh, absolutely not. So this is a whole point of discussion and contention.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. But they've definitely linked them in my head,
Okay. Because
especially that last episode.
I mean, Discovery has that whole multiverse thing,
That's true.
so it's entirely possible they could cross over or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's entirely possible, yeah, that. Because a lot of people are pissed about the Federation in Picard and how the Federation is like basically like gone dark, and it doesn't match up with Gene Roddenberry's vision of Star Trek or the Federation, and so maybe this isn't a darker, different, alternate universe.
So this robotic woman, that offspring of Data, whatever you would call her in the first episode, do you think she actually was destroyed?
Oh no, she was.
She was. Then there's
They explain it.
yeah, there's
all.
two of them.
Yeah,
Data made two of them.
they're twins.
Yeah, I understand that, but
Yeah.
I'm still not. I'm
Convinced
still,
that
they
she's dead.
introduced her at the very end of the first episode, but I'm still not convinced that she's gone.
Maybe not, because remember,
No, that's her twin.
I know, but remember in the same scene, there was one of those Romulan
And there's
assassins
more. Yeah, there's not just two of them.
who, right before he got blown up, they teleported him out of there. Do you
Mhm.
remember that scene?
Yes,
No.
that's
Yeah.
why I'm saying I don't think she's gone.
It's entirely possible
true.
she got teleported away.
Yeah.
So,
That's what happens when you have teleportation technology.
yeah, but
You can get transported away.
generally speaking, we're
I
enjoying
don't like my
Picard.
joke. You're not even laughing. Not even responding.
Oops, I can't even
Yeah,
give you the
can't even do
disapproval
anything.
music because
It's
it's
fine.
down. I
That's
liked your
fine.
joke. Okay.
Whatever.
Okay. Tell your joke again,
There's
please.
I don't even remember what it is I said.
All right, she's mad at me, Legs, because I didn't laugh at her joke.
We're also watching Avenue 5.
Oh, Avenue 5. Yep.
Have you seen this? Legs? Hello? He left
Avenue
and then he...
5?
Avenue 5. It's a show on HBO
It's
starring
about-
that guy who was in House.
Hugh Laurie. He's British.
And it's basically the premise is
They're on like a space cruise.
they're on a space cruise ship.
that goes awry.
Oh yeah. I've seen the ads for it. Yeah.
It's moderately entertaining.
They're short.
Yeah,
They're short
I was like, when I first saw it, I'm like, is this a real show or is this some sort of
It's like a spoofy.
parody, or
It's like a
it's like a
spoofy.
parody of Love Boat in space
Kind
or
of.
something?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really. I don't know. I'm finding it enjoyable.
It's kind of funny.
Apparently, you're not so much.
It takes me a while to get into shows.
Yeah. And Josh Gad is in it, and he's kind of an irritating human being.
That's that fat snowman
He's
from
Olaf.
Frozen, right?
Yeah, he's Olaf.
Yeah.
So I take it it's like a cruise ship that's gone wrong.
Yes, that's exactly
Yeah.
what it is. They're supposed to be home in 6 weeks, and they get hit off trajectory.
Yeah.
And it's going to take them 3 years.
Yeah.
Lost in Space meets.
Yeah, kind
yeah,
of.
yeah. Except everybody knows where they are. They just can't do anything about it.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
See, it's funny.
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
What's funny is
So
though
I
they
take
get
it it's a comedy.
oh
yeah.
100%.
It's not like a real anything.
And like the
serious
best part
or
is they get knocked off like a millionth of a degree off their original course, and like they're trying to explain to people like how space works and how trajectories work, and
the engineer is trying to explain it. And she's like, "Don't you understand?"
yeah.
And they're just looking at her like she got 5 heads.
Anyways, it's a good.
And
It's
she's
worth
like,
watching.
I can't say that any more simply than that. Anyway,
All right. So
whatever.
all right.
We're also watching The Outsider on
Yep.
HBO.
I think we're losing Sawtooth here.
Yeah, he's.
I am fading. I want
he's
to.
fake.
I want to end this.
Oh, here, we can talk about this. So,
Okay.
for some reason, we're going to a lot of music this summer.
This summer we have tickets for a lot of concerts.
We have just procured floor seats for Roger Waters.
Yeah, we got really good. What's wrong?
I think about how much they cost. I just want to throw up.
How much were they?
They were very expensive.
$1,000.
And it was less than $1,000.
Okay.
And he doesn't care. He's like, I just want floor seats. I'm like, okay, you sure? I'm like, we can
I
get
saw
cheaper.
the tickets go up for sale for him. I am not familiar with him at all.
Oh, you're talking to the wrong people.
He is one of the co-founders of Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
He
And-
wrote.
that's okay.
He single-handedly wrote "Dark Side of the Moon," "The Wall,"
Wall.
"Wish
Okay.
You Were Here."
Did he write Animals?
All right.
He wrote it. He wrote "Animals."
So, anyways, Roger Waters is kind of an iconic figure for Sawtooth. So,
Yeah,
Mhm.
and he's fucking old.
and I
as
think this
fuck.
is the 5th time I'll have seen him.
Yeah,
It's your 6th because you saw the DC show
Yeah.
twice.
and this may be his last tour ever.
Right. So we got
So
floor
is he
tickets.
going to this? Is he going to this show alone?
Yeah. So he does his shows alone. Well, he had this like duo called Lucius.
No, I'm talking Sawtooth.
Oh no,
no,
Stomping Jen and I are going together.
We have 2 floor seats. I don't want to tell you how much they cost. And then a friend of ours who we've seen. Oh, he's been on the show. What's his name on the show? Jimma.
Shivering Jim.
Shivering Jim. I had asked him previous to me purchasing the tickets if he wanted to come with us. He didn't answer me till a day and a half after I bought the tickets. So he's like, I want to go. I'm like, all right, well, we have floor seats. And he looked at it and he goes, I cannot believe. He's like, did you sell one of your children?
They weren't that expensive.
They were expensive.
They were $300 a piece.
It was $673 for 2.
Why doesn't that not seem like a lot of money to me?
Okay. It's like a tattoo.
I spend that much on a tattoo.
it's
That's what I was just gonna say.
Wait.
So, anyways, so Shiver and Jim, I'm happy to report, got a balcony ticket, and we're all going to go to the show together. We just won't sit together during the show. But I'm excited because we saw Roger with Shiver and Jim and Hogshank, the 4 of us, at Jones Beach, and it was one of the most incredible evenings.
Yeah. And we're gonna have an awesome time.
We're going to have a great time. It's going to be fun.
Amazing.
So we got the Roger Water tickets, and that's on a Tuesday.
Yep.
And the following Friday, we're going to see T-Swift.
Taylor Swift.
But
Oh God.
have you ever been
They would
like...
have to pay me to go see Taylor Swift.
Yeah. So, okay. So you've listened to this podcast a while, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's been in from the beginning.
So you know how Sawtooth feels about outdoor festivals.
I hate them.
Oh yes, yeah. He loves them.
Yeah.
He adores them.
So we have a whole bunch of friends that actually attend this festival every year, and they bring their children and they tell us about what a great time it is. And I just look at them and I just like roll my eyes and just be like, yeah, that's never going to happen. Your ideal like little outdoor festival sounds great, but I will never get my husband to go. Anyways.
Now, about this time, the coronavirus will be peaking.
Yep.
So anyways.
It'd be nice and roomy there at that festival.
This year, it's happening on the weekend of Space Unicorn's birthday, which is on a Saturday. And the headliner for that evening just happens to be
Jenny Lewis.
Who's awesome. And the kids really enjoy her.
Can I play music and do a phone call?
And if you recall, we went to see Jenny Lewis last year, and it changed Sawtooth's life.
I wouldn't say it changed my life.
You like discovered
I like her.
an artist, and it was pretty. So anyways, I bought
It
tickets.
turned him into an old man with a back issue.
Yeah.
Now tell me if you can hear this. If we do, all right, here I'm gonna try an experiment.
He's doing experiments.
All right, I think he's still on the phone. You still there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Can you hear this music?
Nope.
Yeah,
Okay.
he
Nope.
can hear it.
All right.
Anyways, this
I'm
is
playing Jenny Lewis.
So, we were sitting at
I can't wait to see her.
dinner yesterday, and you had your music on shuffle, and this song I think came on.
Yeah.
And Space Unicorn just like bust out singing with a big grin on her face
Because we listen to Jenny Lewis in the car all the time.
So, anyways, I bought tickets.
This is Head's Gonna Roll by Jenny Lewis.
We bought tickets to go to this outdoor festival. So the thing that I was texting with a friend of mine earlier was about whether or not we should buy the parking ticket,
Okay.
because I don't even know where the Green River Festival is. I know it's in Greenfield, but I don't know where. So she wrote me earlier and said, don't buy the parking pass. I'm in a meeting. I'll text you later.
Okay.
So she like told me about some parking place that she goes to, but then it dawned on me that she probably goes before like early in the day, and Jenny isn't playing until the night, the end of the night. And so I'm like, yeah, I think we should buy the parking pass because you're not going to want to get there before the concert starts that
Does
day.
the parking pass
And stay all day long.
Does the parking pass guarantee us parking?
I don't know. I don't know where any of these lots are or any of the other stuff.
Okay.
But
Where is this at?
It's in Greenfield somewhere.
Where in Greenfield?
I don't know.
Greenfield's big.
Maybe a GCC.
Oh, okay.
Is that possible?
GCC?
Yeah, Greenfield Community
So
College.
what is the venue?
It's Greenfield. I don't know.
It's the Green River Festival.
It's the Green River
We don't know
Festival.
where it is.
We've never been.
Okay, yeah, that's by the what you call it,
The community college.
the community college, and there's plenty of parking there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know where.
Get the parking pass. What does it cost?
It's $30.
Get it.
I paid $230 for the free tickets because Space Unicorn doesn't need a ticket.
Get it. Parking pass.
That's crazy.
All right.
Do you go to this festival, Lex?
He doesn't go. Legs?
He's right.
I'm right. I'm always right.
I don't know. I have to ask our other friend, Madam N, said that we should get ticket parking.
All right. Listen to her.
Can't we just carpool with these people?
No.
All these people.
No
No,
we do not carpool ever.
I don't know why we can't carpool. With people.
No, I don't carpool.
So are we going to take separate cars to lunch then?
Yes,
absolutely.
Of course he is. Unless he cons me, and maybe I can come with you.
Oh,
too.
that would be fun.
I could pick you up.
That would be so much
The
fun.
one and only time I've been in the car with
Sawtooth.
Yes.
Sawtooth driving, he actually got into an accident. So I'm probably okay with.
And that wasn't my.
Is that when that woman drove into the door of the van?
That was not my fucking fault.
The insurance company didn't believe you.
We're not going to talk about that. Their insurance company didn't believe.
Yeah.
All right. This was an hour and a half long. I
Oh,
wasn't
Jesus.
intending for it to be that long. It's going to be probably 5 minutes shorter after we cut out the fucking pervy leg segment.
Oh boy.
So don't be surprised if that gets cut out. I'm doing you
I work so hard.
I'm doing you a favor, trust me.
Yeah, you probably are.
All right. Don't be mad. Okay.
He's looking out for you, bro.
All right. Well,
All right.
what are we saying here, Stomping Jen?
Saying bye now.
All right. Legs, as always, one of our favorite guests, not the favorite. I'm not going to reveal who the favorite guest is yet.
We'll let them fight in the
Right.
Thunderdome.
But we've got a new guest in the rotation. Murray's mom.
Murray's keeper was the one who was telling me about the parking.
Murray's keeper, right. She put in a solid appearance last week. We've got Mr. E. We've got Shivering Jim. Who else is there?
Hogshank.
He's not been on yet.
Professor
I
Weasley.
guarantee you leave this in unedited, and I will be number one.
No, fuck that. No,
Oh,
I'm going to
boy.
cut that whole segment out, I think.
Oh, there's Fanny Smells More.
Oh, Fanny Smells More.
He's a favorite.
Microphone.
Microphone.
Who's the
But
favorite?
has anybody done the podcast in the nude before? Come on now.
No.
God, no.
None of us.
All right, he might be the favorite. And nobody else has been so off the chain. I've had to excise an entire 2 minutes.
Microphone.
All right. Listen,
All right.
legs.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. Give Frog our best. That poor woman. All right.
When she becomes conscious, I will.
All right. I'm going to play the outro music, legs. You can hang up. We're done. Right, Stomping
Yep.
Jen?
We're done.
Hey, before you leave,
Yeah.
put up my image that I sent you this morning onto the podcast.
You want me to use it? You want me to use that as a promo? I will.
Please do.
All right, I will. That'll be fun.
Bye.
Okay.
All right. Bye now.
Bye. All right, everybody. Peace and love. Peace and love. We love you all. Goodbye.
Good evening, my fellow Americans. America knows that this world of ours, ever growing smaller, must avoid becoming a community of dreadful fear and hate. Those who have freedom will understand also its heavy responsibility. That all who are insensitive to the needs of others will learn charity, and that the sources, scourges of poverty, disease, and ignorance will be made disappear from the earth. And that in the goodness of time, all peoples will come to live together in a peace guaranteed